Good evening. Good evening, my beautiful people. Welcome to the Power Hour with me, your host, Miriam Kay. But before we carry on, you can watch this intro so you know what I'm all about. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Power Hour. Hello, Fantasia. Oh, thank you. Hi, sis. Welcome, welcome. And yes, so as I say, welcome to the Power Hour. My name is Miriam Kay. You can see it here, there, everywhere. So you're not going to miss it. You can see it here as well. So you just in case at some point you forget who I am, check all of this everywhere on this, you will know who I am. So welcome to the Power Hour. The Power Hour is about empowering and inspiring. So what this show is going to be about, we're going to be talking about business. We're going to be talking about things that are affecting us, basically things that are affecting both our personal and professional life, because I am a business coach. I am a marketing strategist and content creator. And I am just very, very, very passionate about business, about growth in general, not just in business, but in people's lives. So, and I know we're going through a difficult time. So right now, we all just need that kind of pick me up. We all need to empower each other. We need to inspire each other to keep going on, because sometimes you will feel like all is lost and you just need something to just kind of pick you up, not something that's not too serious. I'm not here to scare you. The news is doing a good job with that. So that's not what I'm here to do, but I'm definitely here to inform you about things that are going on that will affect your life in one way or the other, or the lives of people so you to be able to pass on that information and share. My kids always say sharing is caring. So that's what we're going to be doing on the show. We're going to talk about all aspects of business, all aspects of growth, and so be here to support one another. I also want this to be an opportunity for people to get to know me more and what I do, besides all of this, what I'm passionate about and wanting to change lives, and also a place where you can ask me questions. I'm a business coach. I work with people across the board. So I am absolutely passionate about seeing people grow. And sometimes it's hard for me to be able to get through to everybody and support. But with this, I will have each show will have a Q&A at the end, so you'll be able to send in your questions or any thoughts that you have about anything that we are discussing. Today we are going to be talking about adapting your brand to changes. Obviously, the past 12 months, we've all gone through drastic changes in all aspects of our lives. Some people went from working and having a secure job to totally being redundant. Some people went from doing really well, having a business and doing everything and really on top of their game. And then COVID came and just, we're all back down. But no, all hope is not lost, and it's difficult. We all go through that. There are days, I know when I'm here, I look, all happy, but there are days that I'm not. There are days that I question, how am I going to get through this? How am I going to do this? But that's why we all need to support one another. So, and next, I'm going to just touch on things that are in the news that, interesting or to touch on. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about that's on the news, before I have my guest, I have my special guest today. Some of you may know who she is. If you know me, then you know who she is. But I'm gonna leave while I'm talking before our guest comes on. If you want to guess who I have today, then go on and leave your guesses. I'll be able to, I'll guess. And yeah, so let me go on to discussing like the business topics or news. And one thing that's been on the news that it's been pretty interesting to kind of see the whole issue with Facebook and Australia. Well, Google, Facebook, and Australia, and basically Facebook ended up cutting all news channels or news platforms that were posting news for whatever the reason. And it just goes to show, with every good comes some things that are negative. And the amount of control that this, brands and businesses they have right now to be able to really affect an entire country, an entire with so many people, and just making a decision without even notifying them. And people were not able to find any news like source on Facebook that were in that location. And now most of us get our news from social media. That's just, the now is the quickest way to get news. If I tell you the number of times that I have found like very significant news, like breaking news, that I ended up knowing about them on Facebook or some other social media platform. So it has become our go-to place, to share news, to talk about things that are affecting us, is the very quick way to get the word out there, So as a result, so many people depend on that. So imagine just coming on and you cannot see anything like that, you know and I think it should all just make us think that as much as sometimes we want, when it comes to our brands, we may want to focus on social media because that's what everybody says, focus on social media. Also have a backup, because if Facebook decides to shut down tomorrow, you need to have a backup. And when I say have a backup, I'm not saying go and open another. That is not having a backup. So you need to have a backup, whether it be your website. And now I know it feels like websites are literally like becoming a thing of the past, but I will advise you not to really give that up. I will advise you not to, because at the end of the day, what if you wake up one day and okay, your profile is just cut off, or whatever the case may be, you're terminated or whatever, then what? You have to have a backup plan, be it your website, even when you have pages, have several on several platforms, make sure you have backup and things like that. Even I know nowadays people don't print like promotional material. Nowadays is like, if you say promotional material, people are thinking like, how ancient are you? you know but I always say you always have to have a backup plan. You have to adapt to these changes. And as much as you may think that, this is Australia's problem, it's not my problem. If they can do that to such a powerful nation, they can do it to anyone without any warning whatsoever. They have the right to do that. So it was just something that I found interesting that I wanted to touch on. And what I always like to do is every situation, everything that happens, I always find a way to pick a lesson out of it, learn from it. Don't ever say, this is not my problem. Don't ever say that, because guess what? Your problem, their problem might one day be your problem. You understand? In one way or the other, it might affect you. So yeah, so we do that. And I'm gonna have my guest on soon. And then the last topic that I wanted to touch on, basically, if you're in the UK, so we've been on lockdown for some months again, the kids have not returned to school, anything, but the Prime Minister has come up with a road plan onto how we're going to get out of this, restrictions and everything. And the road plan, it starts with schools reopening on the 8th of March. And if you are a parent, I know you're like, oh, praise be to God, finally take them back to school. I can't do this. Somebody that has toddlers, twin toddlers, I feel your pain. But again, I know there's an aspect of us that, of course, we think, are they going to be safe? Our kids going to be all right? And it is a natural thing to feel, but that is not why I wanted to talk about the roadmap. The reason why I wanted to talk about the roadmap is I feel if you have a brand, a business, whatever the case may be, you need to also adapt some sort of a roadmap onto how you're going to get back out there. If you had a business before and whatever changes you've gone through, whether you were closed or partially open throughout COVID, you need to now start thinking, how am I going to get back out there? You need to know regulations that might affect you. And you need to also know this roadmap, this plan, so you know where you fit in, what affects you, and when you can do what. You need to, so you can start preparing yourself, your team, if you have one, and what you need to do. Don't just assume that once things go back to normal, your customers should automatically know you're open. No, you need to make sure they are aware when you're going to be reopening, if you have been closed or if you've been open but doing like delivery, and when is it going to be okay for customers to be able to go to your premises if you have a location. You need to develop that. You need to build your roadmap. And even as an individual, you need to also have your roadmap on how am I going to get back. If you lost your job, how are you going to get back out there? What have you been doing to prepare? If you haven't been doing anything to prepare to get back out there, then you need to do that. Because one thing we need to all realize and just take it as it is that COVID is not going to just disappear in a day. This is not Marvel. There's not just going to be a snap and everything is gone. No, no, no. It's not going to be like that. So as a result, we need to make sure that we have a plan going back in. If you need to look for a job, start preparing your CV, start getting things together. If you have been off and you need to go back, start getting yourself set, because your routine would have changed. Start getting yourself back to your routine to get back out there, and then what you're going to do to protect yourself while you're out there. You need to make sure you have that. We always need to plan ahead of time. So as much as the roadmap is for the country, we all need to have our own roadmap. Your business needs to have its own roadmap on how you're going to get yourself back out there. Or if you're going to find a job, how you're going to do that. You need to be preparing. Don't wait until when the time comes. Prepare ahead of time, and it will give you a better start. And also have a plan in the case that we end up back in the situation. Because when the first lockdown, when it ended, none of us thought we were going to be going back onto lockdown. But I remember me and my guest that I have today, I remember we were saying it. We just were planning ahead. Some people be like, oh, that's being negative. No, no, no. That is being realistic. So also think about that should, in case something again happen and we all need to go back or we have to follow certain restrictions, you need to be prepared for that, both in terms of what you do, also mentally. If you've been at home for a long time, it's not going to be the same going back out there and knowing that somebody can cough near you that can lead to you being sick. So you need to start preparing yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, start getting back into your routine, and making sure you're keeping on top of the news, knowing when everything is happening. So that is what I wanted to discuss regarding the news today. And before I bring on my guest, I just want to go through some of your comments, and I'm going to show them on the screen. Okay, Fantasia said hello, hon. Hi, sis. Thank you so much for joining. And then have Queen B. Queen B speaks. Say a clapping hand. She's gonna be one of my guests down in the line, so watch out for that. She is another inspirational person, truly. So watch out for that. Thank you, Queen B speaks. We can't wait to hear you speak. And Cisse said, hi, Miriam, Auntie Martha. Hello, Auntie Martha. Oh, thank you so much for coming. And thank you. I really appreciate all of you. I know, it's late, but thank you for being here. And then, hi, can anybody guess who this handsome person on the screen is? Hey, Habib. Thank you very much. Those that don't know, let's just keep it PG. And Column said, wow. Thank you, Columns, and welcome to the Power Hour. Thank you. And we got another one. Ooh, Lover Football Production said, good stuff. Thank you. Guys, go and check out his YouTube channel and Columns one as well. Also check out Columns. That's my nephew. He's got some great stuff, and I'm so super proud of him. I really, really am. And check out his videos, and also check out Global Football Production. Especially if you're into football, you will love it. And Queen B speaks again. Yay! Can't wait. And yeah, well done. Thank you. And I've got here Myrtle. Oh, hi, Myrtle. It's been a long time. Hello. Thank you so much for being here. And she said, what's the topic about, please? If you see, it's rolling down there, but the topic today we're discussing is adapting your brand to changes. And when we come to my guest, you will know more. We'll go more in depth. But thank you so much for being here. And we've got Fantasia as well. She said, well done. Please, guys, check out Fantasia as well. Support her. She is just wonderful. And if you want to do YouTube or whatever, she's the one. She's been so supportive and helping me get here. Thank you. And we've got somebody special. When somebody is calling you, although you can see Miriam here, there, and she comes and say, hello, May, you know who that is. Hey, mommy, thank you for being here. All right, now that we've done some of your comment, thank you all for coming. Now we are about to go. Oh, sorry. Oh, yes, you are here too. You just want me to say so bad your name, don't you? Hi, Mr. Habib Adeyeye. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting. That is the man besides the woman. I won't say behind. We're not behind each other, but besides. So that is, they say there's behind, but besides a great woman is a great man. That is the great man. So we don't do behind. So yeah. So now let's get on to our guest. All right. She is so special. She is so near and dear to my heart. We literally share DNA. That is your clue. We literally share DNA. And if you want to know anything about me, she's the person, but don't go asking, please. But my guest today is Mrs. Ameekay Akumas. And she is here. We're going to talk about adapting and what she's been able to do to adapt her brand to the changes that's happening and how she balances everything. She is the ultimate mumpreneur. She does it all. She balances it all so much, and she produced this wonderful Tammy's Mumpreneur Diary. And stick around, because a lucky person is going to get the chance to win one of this. And this has everything. When I say, if you check out my previous video, you will see. So that is Tammy's. She is a mommy. She is a businesswoman, blogger, vlogger, YouTuber. She does it all. Really do it all. If you think I do a lot, this one, she does so much. All right, so we're going to go on to, but before she comes on, let me just play her intro. That will give you an idea about who she is. Okay, so let's play her intro. Oh, no. I'm gonna replay that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is our guest, and I'm going to bring her on and welcome.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome, Ameekay. Oh my God, it's so lovely to have you here.
Hi, everyone.
I speak to you every day, but I'm never tired of it. So Ameekay is actually my sister, blood sister, not just those people who claim sis, actual sister. And she is so near and dear to me. And before she goes on and talk, I just want to use this as an opportunity to say I am so, so proud of you as your sister. I have seen you grown. I have seen you go through different transitions, everything. I have seen you overcome so much. And besides that, you have loved me just as I am. Whether I'm in pain, whether I'm screaming, you have been there for me way before, from childhood, even though she's the baby, she's always stepped up to be when my mom wasn't around anything. She's been by my side in hospital. She's been by my side through so much. Times when I thought I couldn't go on anymore, she's been there. She would drop everything to be there for me. She was there by my side when I went into, when I had my twins. She was the first person there. She was there by my side when I graduated. She was there by my side when I was at uni. And at my wedding, she was there. She's been there for me so, so, so much. And Ami, I just want to say I appreciate you so much. You already know I love you so, so, so much. She's the yin to my yang. And she's not just like that to me. She is literally a second mom to my kids. The number of times she's had to have them when I'm not well, endless, like literally. And she's brought me so much joy. She with my nephews, my now beautiful niece. My first love was her son, and we raised it. Like our kids is like, sometimes I'm sure they don't even know who's mom, who's not, because that's how much we are so bonded. And I just want to say thank you so much, Ami. I appreciate that. But before I get emotional, let's go to the reason why we're here. Okay, Ami, welcome to the Power Hour. And I just want to ask you, can you just give us a summary about yourself, your business journey, yourself and your business journey?
First of all, it's a pleasure for you to have me here. And hello, everyone. I'm Ami. Well, how I started. Well, actually, we had our first business together. This was years ago. We applied for a grant. I think I was 13.
Yeah,
I think I was 13.
yes.
And it was the Black Business Award or something like that. Anyway, we did win it, and we started our first business, which was called Two-Step Parties.
Yep.
Which was pretty good. I was 13 at the time. We then later on started the Ameekay clothing company. By that time I was 16, I believe. Which did pretty good. It did really well. then obviously the whole generation of the internet came in with everything else, and then I then started Tammy's. So I then started Tammy's Party Solutions, which is bespoke parties
Yeah.
with doing weddings, children's events, and corporate events, which is really well, which actually went really well. It's still going really well at the moment. But now I also have the Tammy's Mumpreneur Diaries, which I've just recently started. So I'm an all-rounder mom, and I'm now a mom of 4. And yeah, I work for myself. I'm a self-employed, fully self-employed. So I work for nobody, and I'm just loving the journey.
You have done pretty well. You've done well. And just as she said, we've started our first business together as teenagers, literally. And then we went on to having a clothing line. And I remember first how we started, I was supposed to be her model. And she kept pinning me. She was using me as a mannequin. And literally she'll be doing the pin and literally pinning me. So eventually our mom got us a sewing machine, and then we had the actual mannequin so she could stop sticking pins in me. So that's how it started. But then she had so much passion for fashion, and I was also passionate about business, and we thought to ourselves, why don't we just combine our passions and our love for both and do it? So we did it. We went for a short course that we did as well. Like literally at that age, we did that. And then I went off to university and we still continued. And the funny thing is, because we always at uni, I went to Roehampton University, and we always used to have like guests come on, and we had people in business. We had people from Dragons Den and all these people. And then one day my lecturer saw, I don't know what he saw, like pictures or so of our stuff and the events that we had done, and he was really impressed and convinced us to be guests. And I remember going in and all these people like, who are we getting? And then in walked in Miriam, and I was the first ever person to be a guest while I was still a student. And then even when I completed, they still invited us back. And so we've done that. We did so much. We had, we were in magazine covers. We styled them, celebrities, artists. We did that. We both then got into sewing. So we've always been very entrepreneurial. And what I also in terms of like how that links to our topic today, like adapting to changes. As our lives changed, we adapted with it. So our first, when we started, Ami had just the one son who would go up and down London with, and doing the stuff and taking part in shows and all this. And we got our, we were given award, all of this going to award shows. We're doing that. And then eventually we both ended up being pregnant at the same time. Literally, my twins and her son, they were supposed to be, their due date was literally supposed to be like 6 days apart. Yeah. But the twins decided they could not wait until that time. They were eager to come, so they can always tell him, we're older than you. So they came. So obviously, when once we started having, kids, she had 2, I had 2, it was a lot. And we were no longer able to start going up and down, doing shows, doing showcases. We couldn't. And at that time, we started doing YouTube. That's the first time we started. We started doing YouTube and everything. And then Ami started getting a lot into, she's always been very organized. So she started getting into like decorating and all of those things, like really, really beautiful. She even was the one that decorated the venue for my wedding. And I can't get enough of those photos to this day. So she started doing that and she loves that. And of course, I've always been passionate about business and people always asking me for advice. So she encouraged me to also get into coaching, like business and marketing coaching. And Also, I will work with her in terms of her own business as well. And although at that time we were not doing things together all the time at the same time because we lived in different places, we now have like two, I have the twins, and there are times that they will all be with her if I'm not well. We knew we needed to adapt to our lives as it was changing, but we were not going to just give up. And whereas other people be like, oh, why you want to do this? You don't want to work with me? No, it was never like that for us. We supported each other. We are each other's like number one fans. Like we supported each other, and being there to assist and everything. And her business started changing. She started like first with like the kids parties and all of that, and then she was doing so well. When I say she would go, she was doing courses. As I was doing like courses to like, kind of really sharpen my skills, she was also doing courses to also sharpen her skills and be adapting with the changes. And I think it's very, very important for all of us to do that, because whatever situation that you are in life, things don't stay the same forever. They never do, they never do. So it's up to you how you adapt to that. So, Amy, now coming to Tammy's, the brand, and what were you doing before COVID?
So with Tammy's, there was a point where we had back-to-back bookings for about 4 months straight. So every Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we had back-to-back bookings. We were full of bookings. So it was really going well for us. I mean, we were doing dry bookings, we were doing weddings, we did bespoke children's parties, we were doing a lot of corporates as well. So our books was quite full at the time. So it was just constant. And then all of a sudden COVID hit. So it was instant. It was an overnight rapid kind of a downhill slope for us as a business. But we did actually got to get to a point where I myself had to look at it and be like, okay, we're going down the hill. What can I do as a business owner, as a leader of this team to slow this curve? So I had to go back to my drawing board and see, okay, what can I offer my clients? What is it that they're looking for at the moment? What is it that the situation of COVID is doing? How are people celebrating? Because where there is death, there's always newborn. Where there's sadness, there's always happiness. There's always a balance to life, and that's one of the greatest things I've ever also say, and I always learn in life. Where there's light, there's always dark. So I thought to myself, okay, I know there's deaths, but there's people that are still celebrating lives. There's people that are still celebrating birthdays. Good things are actually happening somewhere. So when I looked at it, I saw that there was a crack in the market where people were now stuck at home, but they still wanted to celebrate. So they were doing a lot of quarantine parties, quarantine birthdays. They wanted bespoke things. So what I did was I actually took a course online with a lady called Danny, and she taught me how to create bespoke party packages that included sweet boxes, paper plates, and napkin wraps. Everything was personalized. So I took that course, I remember, for about a week. I spent a week without sleeping. I had to learn how to do this in order for me to get back some sort of clients, to make sure my business is stay off the shore. So that's what we did. So after that, I started posting things out because Royal Mail was still working. So what I did is I ordered a bunch of boxes, put all these bespoke things inside a box, and I started mailing them out, which was amazing. And that is how we got through the first lockdown.
Wow, that is incredible. So when with all of this, and of course, as you say, you've got four lovely kids that I love so much, three boys and a girl now, my princes and princess. So how do you balance this? Because for even somebody that has one child, we know as women it's not easy. Even whether or not you have, partner, it isn't easy, especially during times like this. So how do you balance your professional life, like business, and also your personal, your family life?
Well, it's never been easy, to be honest with you, because from day one I have dyslexia. So because of my dyslexia, it requires me to be well organized, because I tend to over forget things or not see things as straightforward as other people. So with something, let's say you have a dot there, you say walk towards the dot, I will find so many other different ways to work towards that one dot. So that's how we started. I started finding various ways to do one thing, and one of it was to be very organized. I'm very organized when it comes to meal times, when it comes to bedtime routines, and when it even comes down to even my everyday shopping. And it gave me enough time to have enough hours in the day to work as well and effectively get things done. But in between, I do a lot of block scheduling as well, where I give myself spaces in between to kind of do the things that I love. So if you know me, you know I love coffee. So my coffee break to me is very there. So I always make sure I tend to organize my life around that. So that's how I started with the whole organization, and it gave me a great idea because I'm somebody that is so organized. I had, seriously speaking, no lie, I had 5 different diaries, each for everything. I had my business one, I had my home life, I had my love life, I had I had courses that I was taking, scheduling all in a diary, and I also had a diary that allowed me to socialize. So I had 5 different diaries walking around in my bag. It was very heavy. So I had a plan to just create all 5 in one place. So that's what made me get to my second thing, which I then created my mumpreneur diary that includes all those 5 diaries in one, and a little bit of sprinkle of my own dust somewhere. So it was amazing.
And I've got my own copy of the diary, and I recently did a video about productivity, and where I talked, and a lot of the things that I mentioned, I learned from her. And Ami always finds a way to kind of balance things out to make things easier. And you know how usually I also have diaries, but usually you have them all separate. You can't get one that kind of incorporate both aspects of our lives, because women and men, I'm not trying to be, gender bias or anything, but women have moved from just doing just one thing, either just being a housewife or just being somebody that works professional. No, now majority of women are balancing both. So, but yeah, these diaries were not taking that into consideration. These people making the diaries were not adapting to these changes. So how did you like come up with that concept and know as well how to like put it together? And I remember you used to send me like the drafts and everything, and you were able to put it together so quickly as well, because there might be women watching and thinking, nah, that is impossible, I can't do something like that. She probably, maybe she's rich, she's this, she's that, whatever way they'll think about it. But how did you come up with the concept and be able to put it together and as good as it is?
So with I initially started off by creating a template. So I asked myself, what was the most important thing to me in both my family life and my business life? And I remember staying up all night thinking about what were the most important things to me. And I said to myself, those important things had to be incorporated. And I remember one of them was scheduling my day, and also a meal prep, because meal prep, sometimes I feel like people tend not to think it's important, but it's actually one of the most important things in a woman or a man's everyday life, especially when you have children. I mean, if you make the meal late, the children eat late and they go to bed late. So there's a little bit of time for you there. So which was one of the most important things. And one of the other important things as well was for me to reflect on my daily activities. I mean, business wise, what I had achieved that day, and what I hadn't achieved that day, and why didn't I achieve that particular thing that I wanted to achieve. So all of those were looked at and incorporated. So I started off by creating the template, I created the draft, then I incorporated with a lady called Danny, which I initially did my course with. So she then started working with me together to create the initial design. The whole thing took about 6 weeks. It was vigorous. It was a vigorous 6 weeks to get together. I mean, we did a lot of corrections and we took out a lot of things. So after that, we actually did it as a creation by demand. So whenever somebody orders, they then print it out and send it out directly to them, instead of me just getting the stockpile, which cost me a lot of money. So it's supply by demand. I also have a digital version of it. So in case a client wants a digital version, they pay, and then I send them a PDF version, which they have a lifetime access to it, and they just keep on printing out. So with the diary, it's not non-dated, so you can use it all the time. It doesn't have to be just for 2021, 2022. You can use it forever if you like. So that's what a lot of moms have been doing.
Yeah, that is what I love about it, because we always get those diaries, and then December comes and you've got maybe really good stuff there, but now you cannot go walking around with a diary that seems to have expired, and that's what I love about it. You can literally start at any time. By the way, I've got the website, that's the Tammy's website, and where for you to know more about the diary and everything else that Ami does. So Ami, besides the diary, you also have the Tammy's Mumpreneur blog. You have the website. You also have the group on Facebook, and of course, as well as your YouTube, which I played the video, your intro earlier on. So tell us a bit about like the blogs, like what kind of blogs do you post, the group as well, what is it about, and how can people join if they...
So with the group, it's just a Facebook group. You just send me a request and I will read it. You have to say yes to the terms and condition and we'll accept you. So when you join the group, every month I do a Zoom sort of course. The last one that I did was about block scheduling. So the ladies that attended, they really got a vigorous lesson in block scheduling, and we really spoke about priorities and making sure that you set priorities, and block scheduling is based around priorities and what is first, and giving yourself that break. So one of the most important things about my Facebook group is you get alerts when those courses are happening, so you can join in, and it's completely free every month. I also do blogs about different things, about children, business. So definitely go to the Tammy's Mumpreneur Diaries.
The website is on the screen, if you can see, and the Facebook group is also Tammy's Mumpreneur Diaries. Okay.
So you can also add us on Instagram as well, which most of the time I also put up. Every time I have a new post, I put up a notification. Actually, lately I had a post about how to spend Valentine's at home with the kids. It was very interesting because I felt like children were dancing on people's love lives lately, especially
Thank
mine.
you.
I spent Valentine's with my 2-year-old and my husband watching Ninjago. That was the most interesting Valentine's Day of my life. But we made it work.
I'm sure people can relate to that. These days they seem to be everywhere. You can't get enough of them. And yeah, the classes, the course that Amy is talking about, the kind of webinar, it was really good. I had a client of mine because I'm a business coach. I had a client of mine who was struggling with trying to like plan things out in terms of her life, her work, and she was really having issues with that. And I invited her along to the course, and literally the feedback from her was really good. It gave her so much clarity. I learned so much from it as well. And so yeah, go onto the Facebook group and join. Ami's always post. Also, another thing that I want to mention in terms of her Facebook group, she also gives opportunity for people to promote themselves. Yeah, if you can tell us about that.
So that's every Friday. So every Friday I have a advertise yourself, where you can advertise anything that you're doing, and I just get other people to then check out what you're doing and subscribe and just build a community in a sense.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, we also promote other people's businesses. So anyone that you know that might be beneficiary to the group, you can also put their links there.
Yeah.
So we just build a sense of community.
Yeah, that is what is important. I think we're all at a point where we all need to support one another, kind of empower each other, which is why I really wanted to put this show together, because I know so many people that are doing like really great. And I love connecting people and people collaborating and seeing how they can work together. And I think it's really important for our community for us to do that. So how can somebody purchase the diary?
We can literally just go on the website. There is the picture of the diary. You click on it, it will take you to lulu.com, and you can just order it and it will come straight through your door. That's just how I did it, just straight to the consumer.
And another thing is, I think people need to know that if you don't need to have the hard copy, you can get a PDF version, right?
Yeah, so the PDF version is on Etsy. So as well, the link is there. If you have any problems with it, just give me a shout. My information is on the website, and I can just send you a PDF version. But actually, for some lucky 2 ladies, I'm actually gonna send a hard copy over. At the end of the show, I will contact.
So what are the terms? What are the terms for somebody to? Is there gonna be a question? Is there gonna be, let me warm up myself?
You already have one. You already have one. I gave you one for Christmas, remember?
Thank you.
So for those 2 lucky ladies, all you will need to do in order for you to be in the prize draw is for you to follow me on my personal page on Instagram. So Ameekay Akumas on Instagram. Follow Tammy's Diaries on Instagram. So that's 2 Instagrams you're following. And then follow Tammy's Party Solutions on Instagram. So 3 Instagrams, right? Go on the Tammy's Mumpreneur Diary blogs and comment on my latest blog.
All right. The diary, the website for the diary is there. And this is the name. This is her name on Facebook and Instagram, right?
Yes, also, yes. So, and last and not least, go onto my channel on YouTube. Same name, Ameekay Akumas. Subscribe and watch my latest video.
Yeah, so what we are going to, we're going to announce the winner. I'll announce the winner of the next episode, right? So go on. So it will give people time to go and do that. and also join the group and all of that. So please go on and do that. But before we go off, Ami, do you have, before we go on to like Q&A, do you have any advice for people, other people wanting to get into business or that are struggling trying to balance everything, or what you've learned in your own journey?
Starting a business is one of the most impressive things that you can do to impress your own self, not for anybody but for yourself. I mean, nothing is easy in life, and I just believe if you want something, go for it. It doesn't matter the situation you're in, it doesn't matter financial situation, it doesn't even matter the physical situation you're in, because a lot of people make a lot of excuses why they don't want to start something. It can be health wise, it can be financial wise, it can even be a situation that they're in that they don't think they can get out of. But once you start, once you get yourself to start walking that journey of starting your own business, you'll find that along the way you will find people that can help you. And a lot of us out there, community, the self-employed community is growing really, 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 really high, and you're always going to meet somebody that's willing to give you an opportunity for you to team up. So don't ever be scared. There's always going to be something there that's going to scare you, but just get over it, get moving. And if you don't do it today, you're just going to wait for another day, another day, another day, another day, and down the way you're just going to scare yourself and you're never going to start. So
Yeah.
if you're out there and you're waiting for somebody to help you start something, start it. It doesn't matter if you have £1, it doesn't matter if you have £2. I mean, our first business was started off with my mom just buying a sewing machine for £40. I remember her coming home with the machine, and today she can proudly say she, with that machine, made 2 mumpreneurs, and we
Yeah, and
are
that is
grateful.
her on the screen. She said, I am honestly proud of you both. Well done.
Hey,
Thank you,
mom.
mom. And I think that's another thing. You have to believe in your kids, and our mom did. And along the way, we changed our minds and this, but whatever we were doing, she still supported us. And before we go off, I want you, does anybody have any questions or anything really? You can write in the comment, and Ami or I, both of us will respond. And while you're doing that, if you have any questions you want to ask me, Ami, anything, write them down there. And also, just to let you all know, if you are going to go into this journey, starting a business or whatever the case may be, it's very important to get that support. And that is what I do. I'm a business coach, and you see my website, my email, or anything. And if you feel like you need support, you need advice, I do offer complimentary 30 minutes free consultation for people. I believe in growth and helping people grow. And so I do that just to give my own advice. I always say, I don't know it all, but what I know and what you know combined will be able to push you along. I believe in people, and as Ami said, it's scary. It is. You every day you will find every excuse in the book not to go for it. I had obstacles in my health, and then I have kids, this, but you have to push through. And also, we all need to stick together. So if you have any questions, fire away. Just don't physically fire away. But yeah. Don't literally. And okay, so while I'm waiting for any questions, I'm gonna go through some of your comments and have them on the screen. Said Fantasia here said, I'm very impressed, and for that I will definitely win this book. Need to brag about it to everyone. Fantasia, I know, I have no doubt. So do what you need to do. Go follow Ami, support, and I know you. When it comes to that, you will push through. And Uju said Miriam Kay is amazing. Thank you, Uju. That is also a client that I've supported, and we are working on and on launching her business as well, putting things together. So thank you for being here. And Fantasia said, "You're such an inspiration to many out here. Keep pushing." Oh, thank you so much. And okay, so Merita said, "How can you the book be incorporated in people like me at the start of promoting business?" Yeah, you can really incorporate it. Just if you're talking about the diary, yes, as Abby said, it doesn't have any date. You can start at any point. It has tips in there. It has meal plans where you can literally write out your project, and then your objective, how you're going to achieve. And it even has there where you can write, which is my favorite part, how you're going to how you're going to basically reward yourself. Yeah. So you have your list, and then you have your reward, your affirmations for you to just keep going. And I love that bit about the reward because it keeps me going. So I go hard knowing that, oh, I am going to, if I finish it, I'm going to have a night in, drink, get myself some wine or whatever the case may be. I look forward to rewarding myself after achieving those targets. So I push, it keeps me going because I'm like, okay, if I do this, Miriam, you can do this. So I think I love that about that. And somebody is saying,
talking about reward, I actually got that part from my niece, because she loves a reward. Like, my niece Hannah loves a reward. I remember speaking to her once in our many conversations, and she goes, "Oh, Auntie, if I finish my work, are you going to reward me?" So that was the bit where I actually got that from.
Oh, yeah, my daughter loves praises and reward. She'll do anything as long as you're going to reward her and praise. She is ready to throw her twin brother under the bus for reward. So no, it's really good. So you look forward to doing that because when I achieve this is going to be my reward. So I love that about it. Oh, somebody said shoes. Oh, don't say shoes. Oh, don't say shoes. Don't get me started. Ameekay knows. Oh yeah, Marita said, how much is
but
the
we
diary?
also have to keep to the budgeting part. So it does have a budgeting part. So every month,
Yes.
you have to set your budget. So it has actually. So where the budget part, it says, what's your budget, and how, in the next section it says, how much did you actually spend? so
Exactly.
talking.
So
Very.
Marita said, how much is the diary, the book?
Oh, you have to go and see.
All right, we all love a mystery. But yeah, it depends. I think it depends whether you want the physical copy or the electronic copy.
Yes.
Yeah, but Merita, who knows? You might actually get the chance to actually win one anyway.
Win it. Yeah.
Exactly. So just go and follow Amy.
Oh, also one more thing, you have to share it to 5 of your friends.
Oh Lord,
So
Amy's making us work.
things.
She is making us work. What I'm gonna have to do at the end of this video, maybe in the comment, we're gonna have to write it out there.
So you have to budget plan.
It is truly good. Mine is literally on my desk, and it's my go-to. And writing affirmations just to kind of give yourself that hope and belief. And Fantasia said, "That's not fair." Don't worry, it's 2 winners, Fantasia.
It's 2 women. Oh, men. It all depends.
She said, "You already said what we need to do." Well, okay, we'll try. Okay, we maybe we'll have a bit of a gray area and try and so do what you're doing, and we'll see. Does anybody else have any questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace. please do send info. I will do that, Marta. Definitely will. And you're talking about starting your business or promoting, whatever the case may be. And my website is there right at the top. Above Ami. My website is there. So you can book for 30 minutes consultation with me up to my website, miriam-ka.co.uk. You can book there and then through Calendly, and I will get the notification, and it will be through Zoom. And whatever advice I can give you, however I'm able to support you, I will. I also love connecting people. If I see that this person, if for example, me and Ami were talking, and she does the parties, the bespoke and all of that decor, and she did for my birthday the numbers. So, and I have a friend of mine that does photography, and I was actually talking about linking them. And then the funny thing is, she sent me a message requesting for Ami's number. So you see, I love just like being able to connect people. And if somebody doesn't know what your needs are, they won't know how to help you. And that's why I think that consultation is really important, because whatever it is that you're doing now, I have you in mind. I may be working with another client who is in need of whatever it is that you do. So I would then definitely just try and link people up, because we all need to support one another. But anyways, guys, it's now an hour, and we all need to go. I know. Thank you so much for being here, and all the comments. It's been really, really entertaining as well. And also, not just the entertainment aspect, but hoping that we all pick and learn from one another's journey as we go on. And thank you so much. I'll be back next week with another wonderful guest, inspiring guest. And who knows, you may even be a future guest on here, because I'm all about, inspiring one another. And I know so many of you have incredible stories and journeys, whatever it is, in whatever field. I don't discriminate. And it's not just going to be women either. My first guest was actually a guy. So just in case, but thank you so much. And Ami, is there anything else you want to say? And then we are going to, all right, people are still sending comment. It says, what's your ever great competition between you two? Oh, what's your ever great competition between you two as sisters? That's the thing with us. You would expect that sisters will be competitive, but with us, we are supportive. Like the excitement we get, when one person does something or achieve something is incredible. Like, she is my number one fan. I'm hers. The minute I put up a video, she'll be the first one commenting and all of that. So I think with us, it hasn't been competitive. It's more supportive, and also pushing one another, empowering one another. Ami is always the one that will be pushing me. If she's speaking to somebody that she thinks this person will be a great fit for me, she will definitely link us up. Even the networking group that I'm part of right now, it was Ami that that connected me with the leader of that networking group, who is Simon, and it was my first guest. It was through her, because he's a coach, and my sister and Ami's like, my sister is a coach and all of that. So we are like that. Anything, Ami would be the one to call me, Mims, go onto this website, Mims, check out this. Like, that's how we are. So, and we always want to see each other grow. We are like, literally, when she achieves something, I feel like I have achieved it. Sometimes I have to be like, Miriam, calm down. It's not you, calm down, But that's how we are. That's how we are, and the excitement that she will get as well when something good will happen, and I'll call her. Like, she'll be the first person, even like when it comes to anything. When I found out I was pregnant, she knew before my husband. So that's how we are. We are that close, and always encouraging one another. Whenever one of us is feeling a bit, we're always there to kind of lift up each other. And I think that's the best way you should go about it. And I think that's the way as well. I love that. That's how we're bringing up our kids. Or the kids. So our kid, literally, they are so close, they call each other brothers and sisters. just before the lockdown, all three of them, the three musketeers, the three amigos, as we call it, they were in the same class, and they are thick as thieves. No child will dare try one, because you have to deal with all three at the same time. So that's how they are as well. They are so excited, like, oh, I want to call. Now we have the Echo smart device, just because we need to be able to use our phone. They want to be on video calls with each other all the time. So we had to get the Echo device so they can talk whenever they want to. So that's how we're raising our kids as well, to really support one another. They get excited for the, like, one person will get a toy and the other one's like, baby, mommy, baby, go. I'm like, calm down. It's not your toy. And literally, I remember Christmas, they all opened the toy. You wouldn't even know who had what, because they were all moving around from that to that to that. And that's how we've been, and that's how our kids as well. We are raising them to be supportive, to really support one another. And even sometimes when I feel like I can't do something, Amy will be the one to really truly believe. Sometimes I'm like, this girl, she's just saying this, but no, she does. She truly does, and we do the same for each other.
Oh, thank you. It's my pleasure.
All right, we are going to get out of here and leave you all to enjoy your night and whatever it is that you're doing. We're not here to judge.
Quick.
Go and check out Ameekay's go check out her blogs if you want some tips on anything. Check out Tammy's mumpreneur blog. But thank you guys. It's been so great having all of you. It's been entertaining. Thank you so much, Ami, for being here. And I look forward to having you guys, and I look forward to having some of you here as well as guests, Thank you, and we are going to leave you. Thank you, everybody. Have a blessed weekend, a day, and please stay blessed, stay safe as well. All right. Thanks, Ami. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.